Whenever you're going to use a knife or a rotary cutter against a ruler, it's really important to use a steel ruler. If you use a wooden ruler, then fairly obviously your knife can very easily cut into the wood and damage it, but you will also find aluminium, as much as it's really good for drawing against, it is quite a soft metal compared to steel, and it will wear over time. So you'll cut your line, and you'll cut another line, and you'll cut another line, and then 100, 200 lines down the road, you'll find that your ruler has developed a bow, and it no longer cuts a straight line, but the bits which you most frequently cut across are worn away, and you've got a nice curve, which is no good for print and play. The other thing to look for is a ruler with a cork backing. And this means that it will not slide around very easily on the paper. If you just have a steel backing, it moves very easily. This one is fairly thin, as you can see, which means that it's very easy to line up. You can get rulers which have a thicker cork backing or even rubber backing, which is just as good for grip. And all you need to do when you're using a ruler such as that is be very careful when you place your ruler over the line to line up your cut. Look directly down over the edge of the ruler to make sure it's lined up properly. Because if you sit like this, back from the ruler, line it up with the line, then there'll be a gap between the line and the ruler due to the parallax. I'm in the habit of walking my fingers down the ruler once I've lined it up. That's because you need your hands at the end of the ruler to carefully adjust it to be exactly in line with the crop marks. And you don't want it to move. If you keep at least one finger pressing down on the ruler at each time as you walk your hand back to the middle, then you can make sure that ruler doesn't move in position while you're lining up your cut. And you want your hand as close to the middle of the ruler as you can, as close to the middle of your cut, because like that there's the least chance of it moving while you make the cut, because there'll be the smallest pivot. If I wobble it here, it's really hard to move it. If I wobble it up here, because of the lever action, it's much easier to move it. So you want to keep your hand, once you've lined your cut up, you want to keep your hand as close to the middle of the cut as possible, and obviously away from the edge so you don't cut your fingers off.